They can't keep the terms of the covenant, and he means to have it. Yes, he does. It's going to happen. Now, what could that possibly mean? What could that possibly mean? You can't keep it. I'll have it. I'm going to have a people. What could that mean? And the first thing he does, strikingly, is say what it does not mean. In verses 16 to 21. So important that you understand what God's sovereign intention to have a people does not mean. It does not mean that God's sovereign ability to create a people for himself where there's only deadness implies you can go on boasting in your stubbornness and think you're safe just because you belong to Israel. And I'm going to have Israel. Or a church or a family. I belong to this church. I belong to this family. I belong to this nation. I'm safe. No, you're not. Verse 18. Beware, lest there be among you a root bearing poisonous and bitter fruit. One, very important word. One single person, woman, man, one who, when he hears the words of this sworn covenant, blesses himself in his heart, saying, I shall be safe, though I walk in the stubbornness of my heart. That's an important verse. Notice two things. One, God deals with individuals in Israel. Oh, so many scholar types say that we TGCW types are way too individualistic in our thinking about salvation. You don't grasp corporate realities, corporate categories in the Bible, which are everywhere and all important. You make salvation way too much a matter of the individual heart and that heart's relation to the Almighty. Well, verses 18 to 21 are pretty clear. Just be Bible women, would you please? Just be Bible women. This text is radically focused on the individual. Over against the corporate, pointing out the danger of corporate thinking. Safety in my corporateness. That's the danger. I would venture to say, not in the text, an opinion. I would venture to say there are vastly more people in hell today because of the false securities of corporate thinking than there are in hell today because of over-individualizing the doctrine of salvation. No question in my mind about that. Millions upon millions of people led to destruction because they belonged to some institution. Verse 21. Are you with me? Verse 21. The Lord will single him out from all the tribes of Israel for calamity. In fact, this person's horrific mistake is to think he's safe in his stubbornness because he belongs to Israel. Oh, how many people have perished because they think, my family, my tradition, my tribe, my church, my nation. In fact, nobody, I have thought carefully about this sentence, nobody is saved by belonging to a group. Any group. When their individual heart is hard toward God.